Otherwise, why would you? Thank you. Otherwise, why would you be here? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session on how to make more members, how to get more members into your club. And this is a special building effective speechcraft session will be taken by none other than distinguished Toastmaster Ramanathan N S. A little about Ramanathan, sir. Ramanathan N S, he's a dual member of Thane Toastmasters Club and Godbanda Toastmasters Club, currently president of GTM, and he has been associated with Toastmasters since 1998. But he says he has a little bit of procrastination, the germ in him, because even though he was associated since 1998, he joined officially since 2002. Now, I'll tell you something very interesting about Ramanathan sir, and there are a lot of interesting things about this man. But for those who don't know, he has competed in contests for more than 200 contests in Toastmasters. Obviously, he has an experience of more than 2 decades, and in those more than 2 decades, he has competed in more than 200 contests in various formats from ESC, HSC, ISC, TT, Tall Tales, and whatnot at various levels. And he says he loves to participate in contests. And why, I'll tell you, because he lives by one maxim, and his maxim of life or his value or principle of life is very simple: participation and doing your best in anything that you do. This is the commitment you make to yourself to pave the path for your growth in your life. So participation and commitment are two values by which Ramanathan sir stands by. Before I
Thank you.
hand
Thank you.
it over to our presenter, trainer, guest of honor, you may call him whatever. There are few ground rules. Obviously, it's a Toastmasters program, so we cannot start without ground rules. Number one, please switch on your camera. Let us see your lovely faces, but keep yourself on mute. Do not unmute yourself for any reason. We have a Q&A session at the end where 10 minutes will be given for question and answer. So at that point of time, you can obviously unmute and share all your questions. During the presentation, if you have any questions, you can use the chat box, which will be open throughout the presentation, so that you can put it in the chat box and I'll take the questions later in the 10 minutes. But do not unmute or ask questions during the presentation. I will now like to call upon the virtual stage, the presenter for today's session, distinguished Toastmaster Ramanathan N S. Please put your hands together. Let us welcome Ramanathan, sir. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, district officials and all the Toastmaster members here. How many of you have really participated in a speechcraft? Can you please raise your hands? Oh, I think very few. Good. But it doesn't matter. We all have to have a beginning, and today we are going to learn how we are going to be doing this particular speechcraft and how it is beneficial to all of us. So let us move on from here. There will be interactive sessions. If somebody wants a question to be answered, please raise your hands, and I request Joanne to immediately tell me so that I can definitely interact with that particular person. And also in the end, we will have a question and answer session for about 10 minutes. Is it clear to all of you? Shall we begin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Building effective speechcraft is the heading for this today's sessions, and that is what we are doing. We ignite your leadership potential in the District 98 by doing this particular speechcraft for different personalities all over the place where we can support. And what is this purpose of speechcraft? This is something very interesting that people have to know before they become speechcraft coordinators. The reason for this is that speechcraft is generally for members not belonging to the Toastmasters community, so that we give them a chance to understand how to move forward and develop their own communication and leadership skills, speaking skills, public speaking skills, etc., and how they can become Toastmasters and enhance their values in their own lives. So this is a blended learning program designed to provide optimal support for learners interested in building their own communication and public skills. That is why Speechcraft is there. Now, this is delivered generally by an experienced public speaker, most often a member of Toastmaster International. The individual follow-up, etc., is intended to support the in-person sessions delivered online through interactive materials designed specifically for these adult learners. It can be done offline also, or a combo of online and offline, having some sessions online, some sessions offline. It is all at the convenience of the organizers. Now, in short, what is Speechcraft? It is a short-term program by Toastmasters International designed to teach public speaking skills mainly to members and non-members. Also, it is a marketing tool for Toastmasters. In the process, participants present their speeches, they introduce other speeches, they evaluate and even participate in table topic sessions if table topic session can be part of Speechcraft sessions. This is an optional for the conductors. And also, when we are Toastmasters and we are participating in the Speechcraft, we get credit for the speeches done in parties. So that is what is all about this particular. So let us understand, as we say, can somebody read out the first thing, purpose, from the audience?
Yes, I can.
Please.
Purpose: help people turn their speaking skills into a craft, which in turn helps them advance their professional and personal communication.
Right. I request Toastmaster Joanne to immediately name the person so that only that person will give this reading. So this is what I told you just now. It is also mentioned here. That is all. This PPT will be shared with all of you, so don't worry about it. The second thing is, what is the period? Period is generally 6 to 8 week program, and sometimes you can have 9 sessions. Today I am going to tell you how we can conduct the 9 sessions. That is how I have found it is very useful to all the people who are participating. Okay, who are the participants? How does it help? It boosts their confidence. It their communication, public speaking skills, and also the leadership skills. I think I hear some cross talk. Sorry.
I request Zoom Master to please mute any participant who has unmuted, and I request all participants to please mute yourself. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Let us go to the next slide, please. So these are the 9 sessions I was talking to you all about. Introductory session, choose a topic, prepare to present, giving and receiving feedback, know your purpose, body language and vocal variety, how to evaluate, powerful words, concluding session with a question and answer and a recognition ceremony, like an award for the participant, giving a certificate so that they know what they have done and they are recognized for that. Now, I have slightly modified what was given by Toastmasters International so that we can have better synchronization and easily flow, in my opinion. But the conductors can modify it to their convenience and even add table topics as one of the sessions if they wish to. Now we will go into one by one. If there is any question, please raise your hand. The first one is the introductory session. In the introductory session, we tell the audience, the participants, what is this Speechcraft is all about and how we are going to plan the whole thing, and also make them understand what they can get by participating in the Speechcraft. This is the introduction session. Generally, the sessions are 1 to 1.5 hours. This again depends on the organizers. The second point is choose a topic. This project focuses on defining a topic that will deliver the speaker's message while supporting the needs and expectations of an audience. In short, first thing is you should know your audience. Once you know your audience, then only you will know how to choose a topic. For example, I cannot go and talk about stock market to college students at this level. So it's just an idea. So you will have to send who are all the audience all about and then choose a topic. Then how to choose a topic. This is also very important. This will be explained in this session. How you can choose a topic. And when you choose a topic, again, you will have to understand what is the time limit. Suppose you're going to talk about 25 minutes or 30 minutes on a topic. You will have to choose a topic on which you can deliver a lot of materials. That is also very important. The next one is the prepare to present. This particular area of the session, we will see how they are going to select topic is selected. Okay. It should come from
We have many columns here like this 200, 201, 203,
Kindly mute
205.
yourself.
So like this,
Kindly mute yourself. Whoever is speaking, thank you. Requesting everybody to please mute yourself kindly. Thank you so much. Over to you, sir.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, please.
Yeah. So the next is prepare to present. This is what we do. The speech should come from the heart. So you'll have to, once you have selected the topic, you will have to be very clear cut, write the topic. So generally the thumb rule which I give to people is, if you are going to speak for 10 minutes, have 1,000 words, 100 words per minute. This is the best thing you can do that. Now, how to write the speech? What is the message you want to convey? And how the learners can use to prepare for their presentation? All these things will be learned, will be taught to the speech crafters. So how you are going to do it, that is another session altogether. The next one is giving and receiving feedback. So we know that in Toastmasters, we have experienced how we give feedback to others and also we get feedback and how we utilize the feedback. So in Toastmasters, how we do that, the same experience we share in that Speechcraft session, and we should emphasize that evaluation and feedback is a very core to communication, learning, and leadership. Then only the people will progress, the people will improve themselves and move forward in their particular path. This is also how we give the basic principles of Toastmasters, which the essay always seeks. We always have supportive and mutually respected operations in the Toastmasters. This has to be clearly defined, especially when we are going to do a Speechcraft session in the corporate. We have to tell them how we work as a team and how this feedback helps to improve our team operations. The next one we do is know your purpose. As learners, we always write and deliver speeches. So the focus on the Speechcraft program is shift to higher level skills. Once you know your purpose. So when you are writing the speech, you will have to realize what type of speech you are going to give to the audience. You know your audience. So there can be a motivational speech, there can be an inspirational speech, there can be a speech to inform. For example, I'm going to talk, let us say, in a hotel about the speech that we are conducting in a hotel environment. Then I can talk about this particular speech is how to prepare mulangotani soup and give them a 10-minute speech. The hotel people will be very interested in that. What is this mulangotani soup? How this Ramanathan is going to do that? And we also show that the speak to inform is another thing. Speak to entertain. Then we have got humorous speeches. You can also have a combo when you are doing this. So the speech crafters should know that when you are preparing a speech to any audience, once they know the audience, the purpose is to be very clear. And speech helps them to succeed as a good communicator and a speaker. And once they identify their pluses and minuses, because of the giving and receiving feedback, they start improving. The next one is body language and vocal variety. This is another step. We all know that body language is very, very important when we are delivering a speech, especially to a large audience. Let us say, for example, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour like that. So the body language is another step to refine our public speaking skills. Understand the movements, the importance of the gestures, the facial expressions. The effective delivery of a speech is enhanced by all these things. This is a simple thing which I always say. My favorite example is when you're talking about life is a roller coaster. Then I say, don't keep your hands like that. You show that life is like a roller coaster. So that gives a visuals to the audience. This project focuses on developing a skilled approach to body language and also the facial expression. When you're angry, when you're happy, these sort of facial expressions also makes an impact. The correlated point is the vocal variety. The actions and the vocal variety, in my opinion, go hand in hand. So the subtle impact of the voice, the vocal variety, how it goes beyond a monotonous speech delivery. These are the things we will teach the people during this particular session. This also project includes how to use voice and presence to support the successful delivery of a message to the audience. And if you're going to have stories, anecdotes in your speech, you may bring characters. So these characters are brought to life by using apt actions and vocal variety, expressions, emotions. How this has to be done? These are the things we will be teaching in this session to the audience we are going to have. Next one is how to evaluate. Before I go that, so far so good. How do you find that? You want any questions to be answered on up to what you have covered so far, please let me know. 30 seconds. Anybody?
Any questions? You can raise your hand. You can use the virtual hand raise and address any questions that you have. I think no, sir. You are
Very
quite.
good. That means I
Yeah.
have been excellent and everybody has understood what I said, or everything is going above the head, above their heads. I don't know. No problem. Let us move on. So we go to the next one, which is how to evaluate. We are all Toastmasters. We know how to evaluate, but the audience, to our audience, will not be knowing that. So we have to give them practice session on this. Give a speech, and the Toastmaster will do an evaluation. And we ask some people from the audience to give delivery a feedback. We help them to use that evaluation materials, which are already available in Toastmasters. Sometimes the learners, they don't understand why immediate evaluation is done, how it can benefit. This is a very tough session, in my opinion, to make them understand. So many times questions have been asked, why we need an evaluation? We are giving the speech. Then we have to make them understand that when you get an evaluation, apply that evaluation in the next speech and try to improve. That is how we, what we call is improve as we progress. So we also should make them understand how to give a professional and supportive feedback. We have to have sympathy for the speakers, not criticize them. How we do it in Toastmasters, this has to be told to all those speech crafters we are doing. This is a very tough session in my opinion, but as you go along, you will come to know. The next one is the powerful words. As we all know, words have power. And these words, how you can use so that you can bring vivid imagery into your speech. This also emphasizes the word choice and also similes, metaphors, and also understanding how to identify and deploy powerful language to create the images. And this helps the audience to move to an action. Now, the next one is the last one, which is the concluding section. The powerful combination of this proven education and the guidance of the successful public speakers makes Speechcraft a must-have for individuals and organizations looking to build skills that support communication and leadership. Now, people always ask me, why Speechcraft should be done by us? What is the necessity for it? For example, it is a refresher course for us as Toastmasters. We also learn where we are going wrong in our normal Toastmasters pathways and how we can improve ourselves when we are a person who is going to conduct the Speechcraft. Generally, what I suggest is, if you have an audience of 30 people, have 6 Speechcraft coordinators. 5 people will be under each Speechcraft coordinator. This also will help them to get credit. For example, in Gurukul, it is one of the requirement for advanced Gurukul mentees. So these people can coordinate with the Gurukul head staff and understand how they can participate in the speech reception so that they can also get a credit. It also introduces our Toastmasters program to the outside community. For example, in my own society, when I was talking to one gentleman, he was not knowing what is Toastmasters is all about. So I told him, oh, please come, sir. He's a professor in a college and he's around 58 years. And he has never heard of Toastmasters. So I sent him all the messages and I told him, please come for Saturday's meeting and he will know. He's staying in my society and I have not been able to communicate him so far. So these things do happen. So introduce the Toastmasters program to the outside community. Speechcraft does it. When you conduct a Speechcraft, especially in a community environment, definitely the publicity goes. It is also helps us to practice leadership. So we may find sometimes pitfalls, sometimes challenges, and we will know how to manage a last minute thing. DTM, if you are on the path with DTM, Speechcraft is one of them that can be used for your DTM project. The club which is supporting such Speechcraft also enhances the club experience of their members. And the club also gets a credit for it. That helps in membership building because the people who are associated with the Speechcraft later become the members of that particular club. There can be fundraising methodology to Speechcraft. You can charge the people who are participating, and that part of the money can be used for the club funding. So these are all the benefits that one can get while doing a Speechcraft. So in short, participants present speeches, introduce other speeches, do evaluation, participate in table topics, and encourages for evaluation on the spot all these things combo which we are doing in a Toastmaster normal meeting, which will be used in the different sessions of this particular Speechcraft session. Now, last one I want to say to all of you is, those who are going to do this particular Speechcraft as a coordinator, please connect with your mentor and also go to the website of Toastmaster International so that you will know what is Speechcraft is about. A lot of materials are available in Toastmaster International, also on the website. Wish you all the best. Anything else from the audience? I will be ready to answer. Let us go to the next slide, please. These are the things that is given as an areas of application by Toastmaster International itself. So first thing is job interview. We have seen many a time that when we go for an interview, unexpected questions come up, and then how do we manage? Being a Toastmaster, we have participated in table topics, so we instantly know how to manage. So the Speechcraft participants should be made to understand how Speechcraft is going to help them to smoothly answer spontaneous questions, and you bring a good image of yourself during the interview. The second thing is when you're doing a lot of presentations. We had the same experience in our club in Toastmasters in Saudi Arabia, and we conducted it for an organization in Jubail. And that organization really benefited because of our Speechcraft course. People understood how when you are doing a presentation and suddenly somebody raises a question, especially in the financial area, you may not have an answer. So they were able to manage this because of the Speechcraft. I'll definitely check that and come back to you. Something like that they manage. So deliver an important presentation with clear vision and memorable takeaways also, it helps. That's all we know that. But Speechcraft people will be made to learn these things, and that is the advantage of Speechcraft to the organization or community. For example, we have social functions, like we have celebration meetings, then we have wedding toast. And they say the Speechcraft can help you lose the jitters and be very comfortable with your loved ones when you are on the stage and speak from the heart, especially during a wedding. This happened recently when I was in Chennai last week, and there was one guy who came on stage and spoke in Hindi, but fantastically well. I could see that he was not a Toastmaster. I talked to him later, but he had practiced his things very well, and he managed wonderfully, bringing a lot of laughter and feeling the what you call the atmosphere was electrified because of his speech. These things we can do when we do Speechcraft. Let us go to the next slide, please.
Ramanathan sir, I saw Vittal sir has raised his hand. I think he has a question. Vittal
Okay,
sir,
let
you
us
have
go
a
to that.
question.
No, it was not a question. Actually, when he mentioned about the wedding toast, I suddenly remembered 2 years back when my son's wedding, Ramanathan sir, Lancy, and myself, three Toastmasters, we took the stage for 30 minutes and really spoke about Toastmasters and finally made the bride and the bridegroom to talk. So this I just wanted to mention it. Just
Thanks, Vittal sir, for bringing back those fond memories when we used our Toastmaster techniques to electrify the audience there. It was a wonderful experience. These are all the things we do
Hello.
in Toastmasters. Hello, yes.
Hello, sir. Sir, Suryakant here. So you talk about this 2 minute session, like a table topic session. In that
Yeah.
table topic session, if I get the topic which is like out of the box and I don't know about anything about that topic, so how to tackle that?
Okay, give me one topic.
Uh,
A
Emotional
tough
intelligence.
topic which you think is a tough topic.
Tough topic is like, sir, if he's saying that, mm, like tell me about something about Abdul Kalam, but I don't know about the Abdul Kalam.
Okay, so when you are talking, say a few words about Abdul Kalam. Then you say, oh, Abdul Kalam, he is a very good leader. Audience, what do you all think? Table topic master, fantastic topic you have given about a great leader. Audience, what do you think about Abdul Kalam? Joanne, can you say what do you think about Abdul Kalam?
I think he was one of the best presidents our country has ever seen.
Oh, very good, very good. Vittal sir, can you tell me Abdul Kalam, how do you think as a good leader? I think Vittal is not on the line. I think he's
Yeah,
lost it.
yeah, I am there.
Yeah, okay. Please go ahead.
I think when he was the research head somewhere in ISRO, I think when there was a failure, he took the blame on him. And when there was a success, he gave the credit to his team people. So that way he was a great team leader.
So, my dear friends, you all see what a great leader is. A great leader is one who takes the responsibility if there is something going wrong, and if something is done very well, he gives credit to his subordinate. That was Abdul Kalam. And also he practiced what he preached, as somebody put it in the. Now I think 1 minute is over for table topics.
Yes, right.
I managed.
Yes, sir.
So this is how we have to manage sometimes.
Sir, Shashank has a question. I request all audience to please keep your questions related to the Speechcraft. Of course, I'm sure Ramanathan sir will take all of questions also, but in the last Q&A. But over to you, Shashank. Shashank has raised his hand.
Thank you, John. Hello, Ramanathan sir. So my question is around, so as an organizer team of Speechcraft, I have heard that this can be paid event, not event, I would say workshop, right? Speechcraft can be paid. So what
Correct.
are the average data points that you have seen, and do you recommend that we can charge to the Speechcraft attendees?
I'll tell you, this depends on your audience. Suppose it is a company, then our Toastmasters district can coordinate and get a good amount for the club. It's just an idea. Suppose it is individual community, it depends on where you are doing, what sort of an audience you are having, and what is the charges you are doing for your club. Because we are not going to pay any money to Toastmasters International except the study materials and all that. So you have to work out the financial angles, and also you have to have a plan. Okay, I am going to collect 50,000 rupees or 1 lakh from this Speechcraft. So you have to have a plan for that. Then decide. For example, suppose I plan, I am going to collect 1 lakh rupees in this Speechcraft. My expenses will be 30,000. So net will be 70,000. So how many people are going to have? Let us say we are going to have about 40 members, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 40 members, my aim is 1 lakh. So you will charge 2,500 rupees per head. Simple arithmetic.
Okay.
Okay.
So
there are
no like guidelines or
Toastmasters International has not given
okay.
any guidelines to the best of my knowledge. Okay, but you can definitely charge. They allow you to charge, not like YLP, Youth Leadership Program, you cannot charge. You cannot charge the children.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
But in Speechcraft, you can charge the participants.
Cool.
Any other
Thank you.
question?
No.
I saw somebody putting a chat. Can they ask the question to the audience? I didn't understand what it meant by that.
No, sir, that we have given a reply. The question was related to table topics, and we have given a reply. I think Arvind Nair, sir, has something to say.
Please.
Yes,
Go ahead,
Arvind.
sir.
Thank you. Let's leave all the financial aspects to the PQD.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So
Yes,
let
sir,
us go. There is one slide before this, I think we missed out. Can we just check, double check whether we have missed any slide? No. Okay. Good. Sorry for that. So you all be ready to be a Speechcraft coordinator. The first thing is you have to plan the schedules, whether you're going to do it in 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 9 weeks, and how you are going to do the session. Sometimes you merge the sessions also, what I have given the 9 points, you can merge it the way you like it. For example, you can have a speech and an evaluation together in one session. Purpose and evaluation, whatever is combination you can do it. That's not a problem. So I always say have a center head and have the subordinates so that the center head will control and ensure that things work smoothly towards the whole thing. And what are the materials for presentation? You have to get it from Toastmasters International, and you can buy and take Xerox and etc. and manage the whole show. That is not a problem. Then timings, in my opinion, is 1.5 hours. Every session should be very good. But even if you can manage in 1 hour, it is all right. If you are doing it in a corporate circle, many a time you get the venue free. If you are going to do in a school or a college, again, your venue becomes free or it becomes the organizers. So your cost of expenses will come down considerably. So what you charge, etc., as District Toastmaster Arvind Nair said, coordinate with the PQD and do the needful. Overall, remember, when you are presenting any session, remember the timings. We have to make the Speechcraft participants realize Toastmaster teaches us time management. This is the only organization I have seen which is teaching us time management. So this impacts very well with the audience also. And we also should practice it in our club. Sometimes our club's meeting also gets elongated, not a problem, but we should know how to manage it. This is something we should learn. Can we go to the next slide, please? So now we will take up questions, 10 minutes. What
We
should
have
be what should be the frequency of the session? There is a question somebody has taken. I think Toastmaster Sangeeta. Okay. It all depends on how you manage it. For example, you are going to do a Speechcraft session in the college during the summer holidays. So in 1 month, you have to finish it. So you can have it on a Wednesday and for the convenience of the participants. Students may say, no, weekends we cannot come. Then you can have on, let us say, Tuesday and Thursday, 8 sessions, 4 weeks. That is one method. Or we have done also like that, 3 sessions in a week. In 3 weeks, we finish it off 9 sessions. So it all depends on the situation. And also how these people can, 9 sessions, not necessary. If they are prepared to do it for 2 months also, you can go ahead with it. Again, it depends on the audience. If you are doing a community Speechcraft, then you will have to plan out very well. How to enroll and start Speechcraft? Speechcraft is always done through a club or division, area, district, whatever it is, through the Toastmasters fraternity only. I cannot go and say Ramanathan is doing a Speechcraft. No, that is not correct. So we should do this. Godbandha Toastmasters Club is going to do a Speechcraft session for National College in Thane for the students with the permission of the college authorities. This is how we have to go about it. Next question.
Aarti has raised her hand. Aarti, you can unmute.
Hi, sir, I have 2 questions. One, Toastmasters suggests that we have about 5 participants or say 5 to 7 participants. Is it true, or how many participants can we have in a session? This is my first question.
I generally believe that you should have minimum 20 participants. This is my idea. But even you can do it with 12 participants. There is no hard and fast rule as to how many participants have to be there. But if you can manage 20 participants minimum, that will be a very good crowd, in my opinion. If anybody else has got an idea, Toastmaster Arvind Nair or PQD, can you also answer this question, please?
I wouldn't know about the new setup in pathways, but when we did it earlier, it was always about 20 to 25 members. See, it has to be viable because you have to have coordinators, about 5 of them, and you have to have 5 individuals, 5 participants under each coordinator. Now, if there's only the main person only will get the credit in olden days. Now, I do not know what the new thing is, whether individual mentors to those 5 will get credit. I wouldn't know what the setup with PQD is. That's the reason I said let the PQD answer all these questions, because in earlier days, the district decided the cost for if you are asking a person to do it, then each individual had a particular cost, and that was decided by the district head, and that was uniform throughout the district. It's not done, and only a club can do it. The district or the area will not involve themselves in it. So it's only the club that will do it. And the club has to take the permission of the executive committee, because this is like Ramanathan sir said, you're getting the money into the club. And what are you going to do with the money? Sometimes you can say, okay, we can sponsor the district conference, we will give some amount for the district conference, something to that effect. But you cannot party with that amount. No party, no picnic. It has to be for the members, and things have to be purchased with that money from Toastmasters. No party. So that's why I said let PQD answer all these towards the end once it is done, because probably the PQD office or the district has decided on the cost, etc., and the procedure.
To add what District Toastmaster Arvind said, what we do is because we conduct a speechcraft, get the money, and we conduct a YLP, Youth Leadership Program. In Youth Leadership Program, we cannot charge the students. So what we do is with this money, what we get from speechcraft, we also train the children. And generally, 50% of children we take for the members of the club. And balance 50, we go for the outsiders. This is just ideas only I'm giving. And also we get some sponsors for the YLP program also. So that is also we help us to conduct the YLP successfully. So it is a combo. You can have a speechcraft session in the club. In 1 year, you can plan. You will have a speechcraft session for, let us say, 1 month, and you will have 1 month YLP. So a lot of members will get credit. This is the advantage in their path to DTF. I'm sorry. Yeah,
No
go
problem.
ahead.
Hi, Ramanathan sir. Hi, everyone. So with respect to this question of how many people can get credit in a Speechcraft program, in fact, I have written to TI, and TI's response has been that right now there are digital bundles that they are offering on the TI website. Anyone who wants to do a Speechcraft can purchase one Speechcraft bundle, and it acts like a LMS, learning management system, wherein there will be an LMS coordinator, okay, or an LMS admin, you can call it, and there will be 5 LMS participants per bundle which is purchased. Now, what TI has written back is that in fact there is a document that was circulated by the PQD office before a couple of months. We can probably circulate that once again along with the recording of this session. In that document, we have pasted the exact response that was given by TI, wherein TI has said that for one bundle, there can be one coordinator. Which means for 5 speech crafters, there can be one coordinator. So that's the exact response that was given by TI, and it's also in the document. So we will circulate that.
That
I
will
hope
help.
that clears. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Santosh. That is what I said. You can have, let us say, 30 members for the Speechcraft, and 6 people will get the credit. This was just an idea.
Can I ask PQD Neha but to just add to this entire conversation, because I think that is the highest authority right now present here to give us a complete conclusion on this question of the money as well as the credit that people will get for conducting a speechcraft.
Right. Thanks, Joanne. I only prompted Santosh to respond to the question because Santosh and I were closely working on the document that we've prepared for District 98 this year. Everything, all the questions are thoughtfully answered in that document. So I request all the participants in this room just go through that document and have your questions answered there. I'll be more than happy to take any questions that comes after reading that document. But let's understand what's written there, and let's take Speechcrafts more to more communities.
Where can we find this document? Can you please tell us that?
So the document is uploaded on the District 98 website under PQD section.
Okay, thank you so much. So if you want to know more about Speechcraft and you have your doubts, I would suggest that you go check out the document under PQD session in District 98 website, and then definitely come back with all your questions. You can address them to your PQD. Obviously, you can address them to Ramanathan sir, and I'm sure they will be happy to help you out. We do have a couple more questions in this session addressed to Ramanathan sir. So one of the questions is that... So one of the question is that, is it mandatory that a member has to complete 3 speeches in a Speechcraft program?
So this is a very good question. Actually, I don't know the answer, honestly. I'll have to double check and come back on that. Because this was a good question. I was also thinking, was it mandatory? In our time, I was just thinking, was it mandatory? I don't remember. Okay, so I will just check up on that and come back on that within the next 2 days.
Yeah, sir, because I was involved in the Speechcraft, like, a couple of maybe years ago, where I was told that every participant has to complete 3 projects.
Okay.
And after finishing the Speechcraft, in case if they enroll as a Toastmaster, these 3 projects will be considered as level 1.
Oh, okay. I will have to check that. I am not very sure about it. Okay. What a good point. Very good point. We will work it on it, because if it is mandatory, we should make it clear to the participant. You have to complete 3 speeches. My another question to that is, suppose a person completes 3 speeches, how it will fit it into the level 1 of the pathways also, we will have to match. If am I correct, or Toastmaster Ranjini? This is what you
No,
meant?
we have to tell them the first speech is always icebreaker. As for the
Okay.
level 1, we have to tell them what speeches, the first 3 speeches of level 1, they have to deliver it in a Speechcraft program.
Thank you so
No,
much
what I'm
for
saying is, suppose the person who is doing the speechcraft, I am doing the speechcraft, and I deliver a speech on purpose. So will that be considered as my level 1 speech 2? Writing a speech with a purpose is something which I said can be considered or not. This also need to
So
be looked into.
Sir, I'm not talking about the coordinators. I'm talking about the enrollment members who are enrolled in the Speechcraft.
Yeah, so if they give a speech, they are like, for example, vocal variety and body language. That can be considered as a Toastmasters level 1, third speech. That's what you are saying.
3 speeches is mandatory for any Speechcraft member who joins the Speechcraft.
Okay.
That was then. I don't know whether it has changed over time.
We'll check it up. That's a good point. So Toastmaster Santosh, you can also look into it. I will also check it up.
We have another question, Ramanathan sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The question is from Sangeeta Shruti. What is the team strength needed to organize and run a Speechcraft program?
Can you please repeat it?
What is the team strength needed to organize and run a Speechcraft program? Like, how many people do we need to organize and run the entire Speechcraft program for that 8 weeks or 9 weeks that we're planning on an average?
In my opinion, you need minimum 6 people. Minimum. It is better to have about 9 to 10 people. If you can have it done, it is Speechcraft. Again, it depends on the number of people attending. Suppose you are having only 12 people, even with 4 people, you can manage. So when we are thinking of 20 people plus, have 5 to 6 people to manage the show.
Thank you so much. Santosh has asked a question. Can you please share some strategy to keep the Speechcrafters engaged through the 6 to 8 week duration? Because it's a long duration. And from your experience, what are some interesting strategies that we can use to keep them engaged for that long?
As I said, there are 5 participants are assigned with 1 Speechcraft coordinator. It is just like a mentor-mentee relationship. So this Speechcraft coordinator will connect with these people and tell them how they do active participation. Believe me, active participation in the Speechcraft is what is going to make the full difference. So when you are doing it and you go through the materials, you can actively involve them. For example, if I were the speaker and I say, I'm going to conduct the session of the purpose. So I will give a paper to each one of them and ask them, what is the purpose of your speech? Write 2-3 lines about it. Give them 5 to 7 minutes. Let them write about it. Then ask them to read about it. Then you say, why you selected this purpose? Why not that purpose? That is sort of an interaction will make them really know. They make them actively participate in each session. It is not just like the teacher talking and the students listening. That should not be the approach. This is my opinion.
Thank you so much. So Sanish has a question. Yes, Sanish, you can unmute.
Just to add on to that question, if I can share. So we had conducted a Speechcraft at Ignorance around 2 years back. I think, John, you had also come to help us out. So one of the things was strategies to engage the people. I would say they can post it on LinkedIn because they are taking out time to invest in their own personal development. And that is something they can put it in the social media that they are part of a personal development, a public speaking platform, and they are working on improving their communication and leadership skill, because that is something putting out into the world that how they are committing. So that personal stake and that accountability comes in when we are saying it out to the world, okay, this is something we are doing it. And even after the completion of the program, they can put the certificate out in the social media. Okay, I have completed this time-bound program. This is the certification I received it. So if they are completing, then they receive that. So just to add on one Ramanathan social.
That's a good method.
Thank you, Sanish. That was a really important point of using social media and rewards as a strategy to keep your speechcrafters interested throughout the entire session of Speechcraft. Do we have any other questions or queries? Yes, we have Toastmaster Hiren Dolakia. Ramanathan sir, I think he has a question. You can unmute yourself. Hiren, sir.
So I have a question.
Sorry,
Do
go
we
ahead.
need permission from the trio to conduct the speechcraft before committing to anyone, or we can just go ahead?
No, it should go routed through a club and take the support of the area where you're doing it. Suppose
Okay.
there are 2-3 areas coming together to do a thing. That is very good. There is a question here. The speaker shall be from the same club or different clubs. There is a question by Toastmaster.
Good
Balbir
evening,
Maan.
Balbir here, Ramanathan sir.
Hello.
Balbir here, Balbir Singh Man.
Sorry, I didn't hear clearly. I'm sorry. What is that?
He was just telling his name, sir. That was Toastmaster Balbir Singh Maan. I think Balbir Singh Maan, sir, has a question.
I saw that. Hi, Balbir Singh Maan. Yes. How are you?
Fine, great.
Good. I didn't recognize you from just the name.
No problem, sir. We have other day shared with words of wisdom. Yeah, from the Sholay movie. Thank you for that.
Correct. I remember. We sent the message today.
Yeah.
Hi. The speakers shall be from the same club or different clubs. In my opinion, it always better to bring variety. Instead of same club, go to other clubs, get some people. Also, some people from the district you can call, like Toastmaster Arvind Nair or Toastmaster Santosh Akela, if it is online, and give a 10-15 minute slot for them. This will make the whole session very interesting. Instead of every time listening to Ramanathan, change it. Hope I have answered your question.
And the point which comes is then whether it affects the income which we generate. Is it related to that?
No.
It's just a question. It can be.
No, the income, if suppose 3 clubs are coming together, then they have to make as to how the income is going to be divided by the 3 clubs. Let us say, for example, the surplus comes to 45,000 rupees.
Yeah.
We say 15,000 rupees will go to each club. Just an idea.
Right.
But one club is saying, no, we are putting the venue. So venue cost has to be reduced. So when venue cost is reduced, it comes to only 30,000. Then we'll say 10,000 will go. This is a strategy to be worked with the clubs who are coming together. Very simple.
Oh, no, but the only, let's say one club has done the main legwork with regard to that. But the speakers are from different club. As far as you say that we needs to have variety kind of thing. Is there any compulsion kind of thing, or that is a voluntary service given by the other speakers?
Generally, we do voluntary service. Unless you call a keynote speaker or call somebody who's a Toastmaster, who is a TED speaker or something like that. And he says, no, I charge for 1 hour this much. Then you'll have to work out some strategy for that.
Right, sir. Right.
Just to add to that, Balbir sir and Ramanathan sir, last year we had a speechcraft done by one of the clubs, and I had gone there as an evaluator to take some evaluation sessions. There were other people from other clubs. It's purely voluntary. We don't even go into which club is conducting the speechcraft. If you have time and if you have the resources, then definitely I would suggest that take up that voluntary session. You also get to learn a lot about speechcraft just by being there and supporting some club who is conducting the speechcraft.
Yeah, thank you, John. But it's better to have things clarified at the earliest in the beginning itself.
One thing I always tell is you call somebody with the information saying this is a voluntary service. That make it very clear when you are approaching somebody, even if he is a TED speaker. You are going to do social service and this is a voluntary service. Then he says, no, I am sorry, I am going to charge. If you agree, I will come, otherwise I will not come. This has also happened. So don't worry about it. So we have to be very clear. Because generally with the Speechcraft operations, I don't think we can afford a lot of money going to the speakers who come and support the thing for half an hour or 1 hour. So the
No,
financial
because yes, Ramanathan sir, earlier we had an opportunity, but that the college brought some kind of agreement in between, and that's why the club has backed out, because there were certain legal obligations coming in which we were not competent enough to sign that. Right. Thank you. Please go ahead. Other speaker.
we have to be very
There may be
careful
other
with these
queries
things.
related to that.
And if
Thank
you are
you.
doing a Speechcraft in a corporation, then the corporation, you can address them as, we are getting this thing, this much have to be paid, are you willing to pay? Then the corporation may be willing, because in corporation they get the benefit of a TED speaker coming and addressing their staff. So
Yeah,
these are all,
that was an educational institution. We will
Yeah.
connect later on. You can have address other queries. Thank you, sir.
no
Thank you.
problem. We are
Yeah.
also nearing our end. Let us go to the next slide, please.
There is a couple of questions before we go to the next the end, sir.
Fine, everybody can see the next sheet. Any query or feedback, please, my details are given. You can approach me. I will try to help to the best level I can. Okay, what is the next two? This is the last two questions we'll take. Go ahead.
Yes. So Vijay Sai Toastmaster has asked the question: mentee will choose mentor, or mentor chooses the mentee, or they keep on changing in the Speechcraft session? How does it go? Who
I will
assigns the?
go in a different approach. I will keep one person in charge of 5 participants. He is the main mentor. For example, this person is going to write a speech on voice modulation. And the mentor, I am the mentor, and I feel I am not so competent to that. And I feel maybe Joanne is a better. Then I can request Joanne. Joanne, can you help this person for this particular speech? This sort of a cooperation and coordination can be done. But generally have one mentee for the whole session for the 5 members. This is what I have experienced as a best option. But anyway, you can always experiment. Nothing wrong about it. Any other question? The last question now, Joanne.
Any questions? Any queries? You can raise your hand.
I
No,
think nobody.
we have thank you comments. We have comments like.
Thank you for the clapping. Let us all clap. I always put this clapping in the end of my PPTs, and I tell the audience also the same thing. Please clap. I have ended the session. Then they all clap. Then I tell them, see, clapping helps to encourage the person on the stage to do his best. And he will always like to come back again on stage and give a presentation. And second thing is, when you clap, it is said that your health improves because of the lower blood pressure. So Toastmasters is not caring only for your communication leadership skills, but also for your health. So please join Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you. Before you leave, please wait for the grand occasional pictures. I request everybody to please come on camera and show your lovely faces and smiles and emotions, emoticons, like, yeah, please, your hearts and lovely, any kind of emoticons, any expressions and emotions that you feel. So I'll be taking this in parts. We had more than 60 people in this session. Thank you so much, Ramanathan sir, for that. So let me take the pictures in parts, please. So you will have to keep on smiling for the next probably 20 seconds, because you will never know which gallery you are in. But thank you so much.